Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and just plain old greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Favorite Bands and Artists, A to Z. This is the show we're doing throughout the month of July, taking you guys from letter A through Z each and every day. I'm going to pick the letter of the alphabet and my favorite band or artist that starts with that letter. If it's an artist, we go by the last name. If it's a band, obviously we go by the first letter, right? And I'm going to pick my favorite album from that band or artist, as well as a runner-up and favorite album from that band or artist. So today we have arrived at H. H is for Harry. H is for How Could You? H is for Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is my choice for the letter H. How could it not be? Here we have a guy who basically changed the face of electric guitar music when he debuted with the Jimi Hendrix Experience. That, of course, Dynamite's first album. And though he wasn't with us for all too long, he certainly set the world and his guitar on fire for those few years. Of course, he left us at a very young age of 27, just as the 70s were kind of getting started. And he left, however, a legacy of some great music, and we've had the pleasure, whether some feel it's good or bad, of having all sorts of Hendrix music posthumously since he died. We've had so many live albums, recordings from when he was around. We've had all these releases, studio releases of things he was working on prior to him passing. Hendrix was spending a lot of time in the studio working on all sorts of material. So, I mean, if he hadn't have passed away, there's no telling how many albums this guy would have had by now. But we've had a bunch of them, kind of keeping the memory and the spirit of Jimi Hendrix alive for all these years. I have chosen, of course, Electric Ladyland as my favorite album of the three original studio albums. All right, I was, could have picked any of the great live sets, but I wanted to go with this one because as much as, the debut obviously is one of the great debuts of all time. It's got so many classic tracks, and Axis Bold as Love is also sensational. There's something about the experimentation and the psychedelic nature of this album that I think is really, really cool. You can really tell where Hendrix was kind of going here, utilizing every recording technique he could in the studio, but his guitar playing was definitely going funky, right? All these ideas happening. There's so many great tracks. Of course, you got Voodoo Child, Slight Return on here, which is the big, huge town song, but you got, Crosstown Traffic. You've got his great rendition of All on the Watchtower. You got Gypsy Eyes on here. What else? Geez, so many. Have you ever been to Electric Ladyland? God, is there anything else I really missed that I need to mention? I mean, there's just Still Raining, Still Dreaming, amazing. So many great songs, and this is one of those kind of really this is definitely one of those kind of cool, trippy studio albums. This is definitely, not that I do this often, but this is definitely a headphones album for sure. There's some big, ballsy, heavy stuff. There's some really cool, trippy, psychedelic stuff. There's definitely some funky and bluesy stuff. You get kind of a little bit of everything here, and of course that's the trio right here: Mitch Mitchell and Noel Redding and Mr. Hendrix. Look at all that hair, huh? Yeah, this is a absolute classic. I had to pick Jimmy here for H. There's a lot of other great choices. As far as my runner-up goes, my runner-up, if it wasn't for Jimmy, easily would have been my pick here, because I really love this band, and I think the two sisters here who front this band are absolutely fantastic in every single way. Ann and Nancy Wilson. Heart, I'm going to go with Dreamboat Annie, the debut, which is just a fabulous record, fabulous debut. What a vocalist. Actually, both of them, right? And what a kind of songwriter. Both of them songwriters. What a guitar player in Nancy. Just an amazing album. Magic Man, Crazy on You. Just so many great songs on Dreamboat Annie, the title track. Sing Child. Just such a great band overall, man. Just Song of the Sea. Oh man, just some great stuff on here. This is just a magical album of heavy rock, hard rock, little bit of mystical folk, pop. I mean, this band just kind of did it all so well. So well. Such a great album, such a great band. So there you have it. Jimi Hendrix takes this top spot. Heart comes in a close second as my runner-up. Curious to see what you guys think. I mean, there's a lot of other great choices, right? Humble Pie, Halloween, Steve Hackett, Hawkwind. Jeez, who else? H is just chock full of great, great bands. Those are, I mean, I know there's more, but those are some of the ones that were kind of up there on my list. But there's many more, so curious to see what you guys all think. So please put that down in the comments below. Give us your favorite for H and your favorite album, your runner-up and your favorite album. We're going to do this each and every day throughout the rest of July. So as July is already like almost halfway done, sheesh, the summer's just flying by. So thanks for watching, everybody. We've got coming up on the channel tonight. First of all, I will be guesting on Guitar Hack tonight once again. My once a month appearance over there alongside Mr. Martin Popoff. We are going to be joining up with Hack to rank the albums of Extreme. So I've done that here on SOT. Will my ranking be exactly the same tonight? A year later? We shall see. So join me and Martin and Hack over on Hack's channel tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live show, ranking the albums of Extreme. And then right after that, we're back here on SOT for In the Prog Seat. We've got myself and Team B, Rand Kelly, Sean Tonar, and Rick Labonte. We are going to be talking about some of our favorite American prog bands and albums, right? So we're going to be picking some cool albums and some cool bands that right here from the good old US of A. We talk a lot about British prog bands on this channel. We talk about a lot about Italian prog bands. We've talked about Canadian prog bands. Well, today we're going to talk about the American prog bands and some of our favorite albums. So each of us have some picks we're going to talk about, so stay tuned for that tonight. Tomorrow, of course, is What's Hot with Sea Tranquility Day. So we got brand new releases from Toto, from Blackberry Smoke, from a cool little band called Driver that I'm going to talk about. What else do we have? That might be it for tomorrow, I think. Unless I can squeeze in Troubled Horse, but we shall see about that. I'm trying to keep them to 3 a week because more than that gets a little daunting. And then, of course, Thursday is the Monsters Den. Chris Allo, Rich Catino, and myself are going to be giving you some of our favorite 70s and 80s exploitation films. A lot of ground you can cover in exploitation films, right? So you've got, the horror exploitation, you've got the sexploitation, the blaxploitation, the forest exploitation, the sky exploitation, traffic exploitation, car exploitation. I mean, anything that exploits something can be covered in this particular episode. Of course, we're going to try and stick towards the more horrific side of things because it is a horror show. But that is coming up on Thursday, and then Martin Popoff and myself are back on Friday morning at the Funhouse with part 2 of our look at albums that most people seem to not really like much, but we really dig. So that's happening on Friday, so stay tuned for that. And all sorts of other things, and I also think it's going to happen today. If not today, tomorrow, I am going to be ranking the solo albums of Mr. Peter Gabriel, so stay tuned for that as well. So we'll see you all real soon. If you haven't subscribed, please do click that notification bell as well, so you get notified of all of our episodes as they go live on the channel. If you want to make a channel donation to help keep things running here, buy new music to talk about, getting all the cool stuff, the link is below. All your donations are greatly appreciated and go towards a good cause here and getting more music to talk about. We've also got the link to our merch page. We can get all sorts of cool new Sea of Tranquility swag, as well as the link to our website on the internet, 20 years in 2021. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you real soon because we are here all the damn time. See you tomorrow morning with another edition of Favorite Bands A to Z. See you. Bye-bye.